say you and I wanted to go, we want to get a po' boy from that food cart over there. We didn't have any money. Some guy had it, so we said, hey, let's jump this guy and kill him for his sandwich. Survival of the fittest, right? So we're at the Museum of Natural History.
Right.
That's the story of evolution. We're here, stars exploded, chemicals.
Not survival of the fittest. That's
not.
taking the lazy way through. Survival of the fittest would be, oh look, here's grass. We could eat whatever's there.
Well, but
we wouldn't start killing.
Darwinism is competition for resources. It's basically if someone has something, if there's one sandwich and two people, the strongest guy gets it, right? Survival of the fittest.
Right, but competition of resources is going to leave a totally weaker species.
Or non-species. They're going to die out, right?
They either share as a whole and increase their species, or they compete for their needs, their wants, these resources, and then they're all going to die out in the end. Even if the master, the winner, the one is, okay, I've killed everybody and this is mine. Well, now what are you going to do?
Oh,
you can't drink all that water. You can't eat all that food. You cannot procreate by yourself.
Right, but that's the concept of that Darwinian survival of the fittest concept. That's the whole concept.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so National Museum. Are you guys from Georgia, Atlanta area, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys go to church there? Are you an atheist, agnostic? What would you consider yourself, worldview-wise?
I don't really, I guess just Protestant in that I'm a Christian and I'm not Catholic. That's the only division that I really applied to.
Okay, I came from the same background, too.
Yeah.
Catholic background and Chicago, yeah. Yeah, so I'm Protestant, and so do you guys go to church over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I recently, and I guess I still do, I started working Sunday mornings. So it's been a while.
Working Sunday mornings, yeah, so you can't go, yeah.
Right. But I usually attend a Baptist church. Not that I am a Baptist or that I consider myself a member of Baptist church, but those are people that I hang out with, that I worship with.
Okay, so when you go to the Museum of Natural History,
right?
There's a lot of people, a lot of Christians who call themselves Christians, they buy into, hey, we're here through evolution. Do you buy into that?
So evolution's become a bad word. It's become a religion in and of itself. If you look at evolution as just the basic word of something eventually increasing itself or decreasing itself for its own benefit, then yeah, things evolve. That happens. But when you try to say that, evolution means that there was no creation, there was only the sludge and then this and then that and the monkeys and the apes and all that stuff, and that we all evolved over like 250 million years, that's like saying if you believe in this grain of sand, then you have to believe in a fairy tale wonderland that you don't know exists, Yeah. Just because I can prove that this grain of sand exists.
So you believe in microevolution, which is what we believe in also. Microevolution is adaptation, changing your environment.
Sure.
But not change of species and something from nothing and then sludge to us here on the streets of Constitution Avenue here in D.C.
There is certainly more to it than accidents.
Right, certainly more to it. Okay, good. So,
there's a documentary movie that I saw, and I can't remember if it was on Netflix. It was online somewhere, but it was called Is Genesis History?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're going around to the scientists and saying, what about all the science findings that prove the Bible is wrong? And they say, there's just as many that prove it's right, but they're being ignored.
Right.
The ones that are popular are being pressured into throwing those findings away and ignoring them to keep, there's also a book I read about how there's so many closet, like, conservative, Christian, almost Republican actors and actresses, but they dare not ever let anyone find out.
Why?
Because they would be blackballed. They would lose their job. They would lose the spotlight.
So you're saying believing in a creator God, someone that parses righteousness from darkness, is not acceptable in our society. Is that what you're saying?
That is a huge. That's a huge division in society. Yeah, I'm not just saying that is the one. But you're not acceptable, but there is certainly a large sect of society that is completely against that and won't accept anyone.
So, I'm sorry, what's your first name?
Chris,
Eric. Okay.
Eric?
Yeah. So this is interesting because we're going. My family, we're here in DC also. We're going to go see the Monumental statue. It's in Plymouth.
Yeah.
And that's the Puritan Foundations. Kirk Cameron did a documentary on that.
Yeah.
But it seems like government, Hollywood, and music, it's all godless, isn't it, for the most part? Or if they have a god, it's some kind of made-up god. Why do you think that is?
They're trying, you know.
But what is that? Is that just worldliness with a megaphone?
It started out with where the money was, and then where the money was going to go. And it became less about, like, the money started controlling, okay, if you're going to be making these blockbuster movies, then they need to be about this. You know, we can't have it about that. And there are plenty of godly and Christian movies out there, but they're not blockbusters because, no, we're not going to put $150 million into that. That's a Christian movie. Like, the only way they got Noah, the movie, to be green-lighted is because it was a non-Christian atheist movie.
Right.
It was one of those weird things. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Well, the weird thing is Passion of the Christ, how much that was a blockbuster, and no one expected that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It just came out of nowhere. But it was, I don't know, it kind of took 2.5 hours and focused only on the punishment and the crucifixion. And then you get like 2 seconds at the end where he comes back to life. And it's
Didn't they do a follow-up on that? Follow-up movie?
If they did, I haven't seen it yet.
Well,
I hope they did.
So we're pretty much on the same page. So last question is,
sure.
You see, we're in D.C., kind of like this is the power center of the world, right? Pretty much one of them at least, right?
Yes.
People walking around here in these government jobs, all kind of. So if money and power is the megaphone by which they're behind, what do you see when you look around here? I mean, you look at it's like you're walking around. Do you see like I walk around, I'll see. People are lost because they don't have meaning in their life because they buy into this evolution thing. They buy into. I met a couple on the train this morning. They don't believe in hell, but they certainly believe in heaven. So is society just gone delusional? I mean, we've walked away from our Christian or any kind of roots of God, and the fruit of it is, like you said, it's the movies. It's where's the money going? Who gets a voice?
Right.
Like, what do you see when you walk around here in D.C.?
I don't think it's a matter of all of society has rejected God and the teachings. It is a matter of, you know, in biblical times, there was people who knew and the people who didn't know. And often they were at war because people who didn't know would refuse to accept, right? And so now we've got, you know, almost total saturation. But we don't have just total saturation
of what?
Information.
Information, yeah.
But
both sides of the story.
Every side, including the sides that don't exist, and including stuff that isn't even information. You know, and it's bringing back basically an essential choice, which it should be. Like, I have a friend who's an atheist, like, if I want to believe in God, then he should sit down here next to me and hold my hand. And I told him, but then you would have no choice to believe. And he doesn't want someone who has no choice to believe. He wants somebody that wants him back. And I said, if you ever get there, he'll be there for you. But if you never want him, then why worry yourself about it? If you never want to be in a relationship with Jesus, why are you worried about someone else who is? You know, that's like trying to chase down your ex-girlfriend and making sure she doesn't date anybody else.
That's good. Well, Chris, I appreciate it, man.
Eric,
would you mind if we use this?
Up to you.
Excellent.
All yours.
Hey everybody, Carl Kirby here. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, check out one of these other videos. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel and visit our website at rforh.com. Adios.